Greetings, everyone. I'm Forman, the owner and educator of Holistic Wellness and Health, where we make healthy living easy, nutritious, delicious, and fun, with a focus on plant-based foods and meditation to help you live a healthier, compassionate, and more vibrant life. Today, we're making a potato and arugula soup being Prodwell and from Baltimore. Yes. So can everyone hear me and see me okay? I'm actually using my mic today, so I'm just trying something different. So let me know if you all can see and hear me fine. And if you're watching this live, just say hello. Watching replay, say #replay. And we're going to go in and get started. So the recipe for this is online. We're going to get started with our onions. I'm going to put in a couple of tablespoons of my grapeseed oil into my pot here, my stock pot. Just let that start to get hot. Really just enough to coat the bottom of your pan. We're keeping this a low oil dish. So I have 2 medium sliced onions here, yellow sliced onions that are ready to go. So I just cut the onion in half and then slice them. And I'll put that right in our oil. It's already starting to sizzle. Our goal is just to let our onions get nice and translucent. If you want to let it caramelize, you can. That'll add a little more flavor to it, but at least translucent.
Oh, Adrian Butler says hi.
Hey, Adrian. Thanks for watching. Let that cook up. While that is cooking, we're going to cut up our potatoes for the dish and then our carrot. So the recipe that's online does not call for carrots or green peppers, but because I have it, I'm going to go in and add that in. So I would say take the recipe that you're given and use that as a base, and you can add more ingredients or substitute out ingredients as well. So since we have our carrots from our boxes that we get from the Granny Garden Urban Farm in West Baltimore. So let me just get that chopped up. One moment. Can you focus on that for me? Mm-hmm. So if you're using organic potatoes, definitely leave the skin on. If you're using traditional, it's up to you. You can wash it in a baking soda wash, like baking soda and water, or apple cider vinegar and water to remove any chemicals or pesticides. So I'm not 100% sure. I know a lot of the produce we've gotten in the past from the produce boxes have been organic. I'm not certain about these potatoes. I'm going to assume they're not organic, but just if you're using that, just make sure you're washing well. This is what we did. Potatoes are one of those crops that you do not want to wash when you first get it. You want to wash it just before you're ready to use it because it can go bad pretty quickly once you get it wet. Onions are nice. Nice and translucent here. We're going to go in and add half of a small green pepper that's been diced. Add that right in. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. That's not what's in the recipe, just because you had it to use. So it's going in there. And I have dehydrated, diced, or minced garlic. So you can use fresh minced garlic. I've been using the dehydrated a lot more lately because I have a lot of it. And none of the farms have any garlic yet, so that'll be available soon. I'm just going to put in the equivalent of about 5 cloves of garlic. So it's going to be about 1/4 cup of our minced garlic here. Cool thing about this garlic is that when it rehydrates, it actually looks like fresh garlic. You'll see that soon. Right now it looks like toasted garlic, but it will actually turn white and look like fresh garlic. Add some moisture to it. So I'm going to go in and add my seasonings. If you have veggie broth, that's good to use. If you don't, then you can just make sure you flavor up your water. So either veggie broth or the veggie powder, or veggie bouillon cube will work as well. I'm actually going to use 4 cups of water and seasonings. So we're just going to add our water in with our onions and peppers. And this has pink salt, so teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of thyme, a teaspoon of onion powder, and a teaspoon of basil, dried basil. So these are all dehydrated ingredients here in our salt. I'm also going to add in 2 tablespoons of my dried parsley. Soon fresh parsley will be available, but today we're using our dried. So by putting it in our water now, it's really nice and hydrated. So we're rehydrating everything. And I'm going to put the lid on and finish cutting up our produce that's going in next. So I have my carrot here. Just going to cut off both ends. And that can go right into our compost bin, or bucket. I'm just cutting it in circles. And the slicing just so that it cooks a little faster. The potatoes I've also diced kind of small, so it doesn't take as long to cook. I'm using just white potatoes, but russet potatoes or any baking potato will do as well. All of that will work. This week in the boxes, we received sweet potatoes, carrots, collard greens, cabbage, broccoli, apples, onions. Usually it's either going to be potatoes, white potatoes, and or sweet potatoes in the boxes. So this week was the sweet potatoes. So these white potatoes are from a previous week. So I'm actually going to go on and put my potatoes and carrots in. So they take about 35 minutes to 45 minutes to cook for your potatoes to get nice and tender. And just towards the end of the cooking, that's when you want to add arugula. So we're not going to add arugula yet, but we are going to add some nutritional yeast, which is completely optional. You all know I love the nutritional yeast that has a lot of B vitamins, fiber, and protein. But I really like it because it has a nutty cheesy flavor and it's high in B12, which is very important for our nervous system, and it helps with stress as well. So we're going to go ahead and put that in. And you can get your nutritional yeast from a lot of stores carry it now. A lot of the regular grocery stores, the organic stores usually will have it, as well as even Walmart. So you can find it a lot of places. Our stock is nice and flavored, so that's one of the most important parts for this, to make sure everything's nice and flavored. And I'm going to add in the rest of our potatoes. So about 2 pounds of diced potatoes are going in. That's that today. It's all good. Gotta go in the compost. All good. So I'm going to turn this down to a medium heat and let that finish. And we have another pot here that is ready to go. So this has our onions, our garlic. So you can see what I'm talking about. The garlic actually rehydrated. And it looks like fresh garlic. It's really cool how that happened. It has a lot of the health benefits.
It becomes lighter too.
Yeah, so it was nice and brown. And now it looks like fresh garlic, like white fresh garlic. It's crazy how that happens. So it's funny because then if you want to actually toast, like brown it, then you have to put more oil in. So you're basically rehydrating it with water, cooking it a little bit, then add oil to it and then brown it. So yeah, that's what you're going for. So the goal is to make sure our potatoes are tender. This has been cooking for about 25 minutes. So I could use maybe about 5 or 10 minutes. Yes.
Tavon Sanders says, "Hi, missed you all. Happy New Friday."
Happy New Friday. Yes, the first Friday of the month. Hi, Tavon. Let's see. Yes. Last week, I think we did a replay. So, and the week before as well. But yes, we are back on schedule for our Mondays and Fridays live at 5. And on the Mondays, we'll be focusing on meditation, gardening, and wellness workshops. So this past Monday, we actually started our container gardens, and we put in 2 different types of radishes and 2 different types of lettuce mixes. So we're in Baltimore, which is USDA. So our last frost date is March 20th. So if you're in the United States, it's good to know what our hardiness zone is so that you know when you can plant and when it's best to harvest as well. So radishes take about 3 weeks from seed to being ready to harvest, 3 to 4 weeks. So for that, you can actually plant 2 to 3 weeks before the last frost. So for this area, it's supposed to be about March 20th. We did have some cold days this week, but it's supposed to get warm next week, so we'll see what happens. But I did them in my earth box, and so I was able to cover it and leave the heat in it. If you want more information, I do have a blog post that I posted earlier today with links to the earth boxes, as well as a lot of other veganic gardening. So Monday I talked about veganic gardening, what veganic gardening is. So you can check out that information, and all of the links on there are affiliate links. So you'll be supporting the work I'm doing because I get a small percentage. So just check out the links in the different boxes that are available. But I've had the earth box for about 4 years now, and I absolutely love it. So it's really worth getting if you can, especially if you don't have a lot of space, right? For people who live in efficiencies, that's one method where you can actually grow a decent amount of food in a space. So I'm actually growing the radish and lettuce together. And the radish will be ready to harvest in 40 days. So just a little after the radishes, which is perfect because it gives the lettuce time to really get more sunlight and not compete with the radishes. But they're good to plant together. So I'm going to get this nice and boiling there. I'm going to go in and add in 1/2 pound of our arugula. This is gorgeous arugula from the Green Garden. They picked this yesterday. It has a nice peppery flavor. So some arugula, like when you buy it from the grocery store, usually by the time you get it, the spiciness is gone. This is the nice peppery spiciness. So I did add a little pepper to the liquid, but it's completely up to you. If you don't want to add it, just because this already has like a nice spice to it. So arugula is actually in the brassica family. It's related to our kale and collards and cauliflower, all of those things. It's in the mustard family, actually. So it has like a little kick, but not as pungent as a lot of the mustards that we're used to. And I love to eat this like raw, just to eat it how it is. So it's great in salad, but it also does really well in different soups. So as we're going to spring, a lot of the farms will have more arugula. So I'll do some more dishes with the arugula over the next few months. So we just wanted to stay in our broth mix basically for about 3 minutes, and then we just turn it off and it's ready to go. Our arugula is extremely high in iron, as well as vitamin C and A. There's a nice amount of magnesium in here. If you want more, you can, but that's a good amount. And if you don't have arugula, if you don't like arugula, you can.
Okay. Yes, I was thinking it would. The light was over there, so I was thinking it would be beneficial. Sorry.
No problem. So for a substitute for arugula, for this dish especially would be spinach. Another cool thing is if you want to, you can make this a blended soup and actually put this in the blender and make it nice and creamy. The potatoes help to make it a nice creamy soup, and the arugula just adds nice color to it. So you can definitely add some spinach or mix up different greens that you have available. If you're using spinach, arugula, and if they're quick cooking greens, just put it in towards the end. If you're using kale or like a, I don't know, this is a Swiss chard, put it in like halfway through cooking. So this is done. You turn that off, and it's ready to be searchable. Does anyone have any questions about anything?
Just a couple comments. Adrian Butler says, I missed that gardening presentation and she'll look it up.
Cool.
And Ryu, Melvina Brown says, that looks wonderful.
And that is Melvina. Melvina, yes, cool. Thank you for tuning in as well. And so all of the videos are on the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/holistic wellness and health. Make sure you subscribe and like the videos as well. And I would also appreciate it if you make some comments in the video section. It helps me, so I appreciate it. So that is really it for us. That was a quick one. This is going to cook for another 20 minutes or so. This is nice and bubbling. So we just need the potatoes to get nice and soft. The carrots will definitely get soft before the potatoes, so that's fine. And this is a cool dish because we have 3 different colors in here. We have our white, orange, and green. Like I said, the carrots are not on the recipe. I just had it, so I'm using it. But you can use like whatever you have available just to make it flavorful and make sure you're adding enough seasoning, and it's good to go. So I think we are ready to eat. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all Monday live at 5, and you can catch everything on the replays as well. And if you do, make sure you put #replay and watch it on YouTube. All right, peace, love, and blessings, everyone. I will see you all next time.